What up, guys, gals, and unassociated wolf pals? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the WolfPac. That's right, my name is Anthony, and we are going to be jumping back in this game, Kingdom Come Deliverance. Holy moly, we have been working hard on this. Guys, I just want to go ahead and let you know that I have worked on a few of the side quests, not the main quest, not the things that we're doing here on the channel, but just some things that I'm doing offline, doing a few side quests, just so that we can get our Henry guy a little perked up a little bit better on for these main quests for you guys. That's right. Right now we are gonna have to talk with Sir. Oh man, what is his name? I can't remember his name. You can leave it in the comment section below. Anyways, we're gonna be talking to the guy that we're supposed to be talking to. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, guys. I'm terrible at names. We gotta talk to him. We gotta find out where the guy is. That's in the all black outfit. The one who took the sword. We gotta go see if we can get our sword back, so that we can give it to, what's his name? I really wished I knew his name for this opening. I'm so sorry, guys. This is how real is it. This is real as it gets, guys. I'm sorry. This is it right here. Anyways, remember, if you enjoy the content, please leave a like. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Also, subscribe. Hit my wolf gong to get notified for more ZHGaming content. Alright, so we have made it back. We cut through the woods and everything. So here we go. Let's go ahead and tell him that he can come back to the farm and do whatever he's got to do. Just run in here. Hey, there he is in there. Talk to Ginger.
Return home. It was hard work to convince them, so please don't get into trouble when you go back.
Thank you. I'd like to give you something, but I've got nothing except if you're ever traveling by way of Neuhof, stop by and I'll show you something with the horses.
Alrighty then. That sounds good to me. We'll stop off and see what we can do about the horses. That sounds fun to me. Alright. Now, not sure why it's called Pebbles, but that's alright. I don't think we can change our name, but that's alright. Let's go ahead and run in here and talk to Sir Radzig. Let's talk to him.
God bless you. What troubles you?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
The whole story. Okay, well, what do you guys want? You guys want the brief? Alright, let's do the brief. Whatever you...
Well, in the end, I tracked down the stable boy who fled in fear of his life, and for good reason too. He put me on the trail of a crofter from Ujit with a limp.
And his name?
The boy didn't know him by name, only by sight. But if I ask around, I'm sure folk will know who limps and keeps peculiar company. Villagers like to gossip.
But what if he's not there? He could have fled, maybe even to Kuttenberg.
If I don't find him in Ujit, I'll ask around. Someone will know something about him.
All right. Better go to Ujit's then. Find this limping footpad and get the names of the others out of him. They have to face justice for what they did.
That's right.
I want to see them hang. Then bring him to me in Merhoyed and I'll decide on his fate.
Certainly, sir.
Alright, well, there you go. Do we want to ask why? No, let's just go.
God be with you.
Okay, yeah. Alright. Oh, beautiful. Mysterious ways. Find the bandit. Let's go, Pebbles. We are going to ride. So we made it up here now. That was a long ride. We gotta start asking around. For the tavern over here. This probably will be the best place to ask is a tavern.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
Oh, well then let's take a look at... Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, we're at 46 on our nourishment. All right, well, let's get something to eat then, huh? Let's talk to this person.
Greetings. What do you need?
Food? Okay, let's
I'm
do
looking
this
for a fellow
first.
who lives here, but I don't know his name. Do you know anyone with a limp?
That'll be Lubosh. Gallows bait if I ever saw one.
Oh,
His
God.
place is at the end of the village, next to the stream. Take him and welcome.
Good Lord. Well, that was pretty quick. Let's see what we can do. Let's see, food. We need food. Let's do that. Let's eat those. All right, so here we go. Oh. Ooh. I see a lot of people gathered right here. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's dead.
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
Uh-oh.
That's
He's-
what you call nothing to see. I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Well, allow me to introduce you
Oh my
to
God.
Limpy Lubosh,
I'm gonna have to cut this
all
out.
that's left of him.
We'll go this. Oh yeah.
Sacre.
Yeah, I'll probably. I'll. Yeah. I had to blur a lot of that out.
I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Wow. All right. Well, we're gonna have to. We'll have to fix that, guys. So. All right. So let's ask who
was
this
Limpy
is.
Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
Let's just say it was pretty bad, guys. Just say it was pretty bad.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
Yeah, he kept his distance from other folk.
I
So
need
you
to
never
clean
knew if he
my
was away or
uniform
holed up
here.
at home.
All right. So we got that.
When
Well-
did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
That's what happened. He got gutted. It's not good. Let me talk to the villager here.
Good health to you.
Yeah. What do you know? Can you tell me
I've
anything?
come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhof, and now a murder here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
Hey,
Of
we're
course.
just a master
Ask away.
detective, ain't we?
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a fight. Nobody liked him much, but I wouldn't wish an end like that on any man.
Have you noticed
anything suspicious recently?
Suspicious?
Well, now I think of it, I hadn't seen him around for a while. No idea where he was skulking.
Okay.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing the day Neuhoff was raided?
Not a clue.
So not a lot of
Do you know
them
anyone
probably
Lubosh
gonna
used to
know
spend
much
time with?
anything,
Relatives
really.
or friends?
He was a loner. We didn't even have any mates in the tavern.
Alright,
That's
so
all.
let's
Thank
ask
you.
one of these others and see what we can come up with. Let's see who we can come up with. What about this guy? Do you know anything? Town?
My respects to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa. I'm investigating
There'll
the
be a lot
massacre
of,
in Neuhoff.
people to
Now a
ask,
murder
so-
here as well. Can I ask you a few questions?
If
I
there's
don't know nothing
anything
about
new,
it, but ask all you want.
if there's anything new, I'll let you guys know.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
I didn't really know him. He kept to himself. He was even talking to the priest and went to confession. I was wondering what he was up to take to the
here we
faith
go.
all of a sudden. But I suppose no sin's too dark for God's mercy.
Oh, here we go. So we could talk to the priest now. Let's go
That's
back
all.
out of here.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. That didn't take long at all.
May the Lord watch over you.
Alright, so we need to talk to the priest. Wherever the priest is going to be at. Nobody here. So what we need to do is find out where this priest is at. So we're going to look around. There, let me see. Oh, this is the bailiff. Let's talk to him
Good
again.
day to you.
The parish priest here in Ujits, he's a peculiar sort of cleric. I noticed he's quite handy with a sword.
Oh, that is
He is
him.
indeed.
Okay.
He's as hard as nails. More than once he's intervened in a brawl in the tavern and
Oh,
sat
wow.
everyone on their asses. He's not to be taken lightly.
I doubt he acquired those skills at the seminary.
You know how it goes. The nobles send their youngest sons to study for the priesthood, and our parish priest has blue blood in him. He probably learned to fight at home before he went to university. That's how
There
it
you go.
goes with those aristocrats. But I heard something happened and he was roving the world for a while. I don't know what he got up to though.
Alright.
God be with you.
Well, let's go see if we can talk to him now. Nope. What about you? Can we talk to her? There we go.
Jesus Christ, your clothes. Were you assaulted? Damn bandits, may they burn in hell.
You live here?
Of course.
I mean here, in the presbytery.
Yeah, right here.
In the presbytery? With the parish priest?
Yes. What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Yes, of course I like you.
So why are you surprised Godwin likes me too?
I'm not.
What?
I mean, I see. I think.
Okay.
Then.
Yeah, really. Jesus. Alright, so can I not talk to this guy? Hey. There we go. Goodness.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here in the name of Sir Hanush of Lipa, investigating the massacre at Neuhoff, which seems to be connected to a murder here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy. I hope this nasty business will be cleared up quickly.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul.
Yeah.
Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, really.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhoff was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son. And one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious.
Yeah.
There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
Yep. Yep. Let's try this.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be betraying a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians? Worse than the murderer escaping punishment?
I mean, no one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhoff raiders.
What it is,
only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening. In the tavern. Over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right.
Thank you. Drunk.
Take care now.
Alright. Alright, well there you go. That's him. We need to find out more about Limpy. So what we're gonna do is run around, see if we can find out more about this guy, and when we get to the tavern, I'll be right back. Alright, here we go.
And good health.
We're gonna sit here and chit chat.
Here.
Oh,
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. But maybe we can work something out. But first I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
Oh my god. Let's go ahead and talk
I'm from
to
Skalitz.
Oh. I'm sorry. What about your kin?
Oh.
They're dead.
They're dead. Everybody.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here. We'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Here we go, guys. Gonna talk about it.
We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovna. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanush to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujitz, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Neuhoff? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhoff stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home.
Just as you ordered.
I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
I also noticed you living with a woman.
I noticed there's a woman living with you at the presbytery.
What of it? Have you never met a cleric who lives with a woman before? Mother Church won't let me take her to wife. Too afraid it might lose its property to any heirs she bore me. But she cooks and cleans. And, well, as a man, I have my needs.
And good health.
I'm not sure the parish priest at St. James would agree with you.
I heard he was a bit odd.
Here's to a good harvest.
Oh my God.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions because if you do it once, you'll forever be tempted to do it again. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secrets are betrayed, they won't trust anyone, and that's worse than even the most hideous crime.
Yep. Yep.
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
Exactly.
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your sermons?
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible, I'd soon be preaching to an empty church.
Yep.
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard. So what do you preach to your flock about?
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A tongue-lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life, with a nice moral to them, are popular as well. Especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague, in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison. And nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive furs, while Jesus Christ walked barefoot and had no place to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I don't have a pot to piss in. I'm no better off than the folk I preach to. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles them. I drink with them and curse those stuffed habits in Sasau Monastery.
Okay, you want to preach again. What do you think of the teaching about what are folks saying about it? About preaching?
Don't you think it's a bit odd when someone boozes and lives in sin with a woman and then criticises the Pope for debauchery?
No, I don't.
Yeah, no we don't, okay?
What do you think of this Jan Hus?
He's certainly a wise man. A little overzealous for my taste. If he got out of Prague and came here for a look, I'm sure he'd stop condemning drinking and lying with women.
Oh, God.
Here we are.
Where can I find out more about his teachings?
You like it? I copied down some of his sermons. If you're interested, you can read them at my presbytery.
Okay. Okay.
What do the common folk think of it?
They like it. They're happy to hear someone say what they think themselves, but are afraid to say aloud. Things that make them angry. And they're calling for change. In a few years, it'll have grown beyond control. You mark my words, the people will rise up, and the church will be shaken to its very foundations.
Yeah, unless they burn him at the stake first.
Nonsense. You can't burn a master of the most respected university in Europe.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough. Oh, it's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
Sure.
Ah, that sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Oh my god, I guess he's getting drunk. Oh yeah, here we go.
Przyszła bida mora lat, to nie ustoi żadnej chlap. Na kraj panuje sej smutek, do dnie loi rano utek, niech już małżeński majstrat, do wczera żylne staje brak. Už sej bojí svatý muži, nechtěl bych bejbě jí kůži. Nám je to jedno a tak si dáme jedno a požerem si huby jako poslední den. Burger se baví, panorama slaví a tak vypal sudy a posaď se mi sem, tak posaď se sem a vypal je ven. Ukaž noci jako vozy, zítra jen tu soudnej den, tak nalej mi hned, ať točí se svět.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped, and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can write is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
Oh, here we go. Oh, no. We're about to get it.
I wonder what Teresa's doing.
Oh, God.
Fight? Come and get it.
Oh, he's out. Let's go ahead and get this guy here. Oh. Oh, watch out, lady. Oh, God. Okay, here we go.
So, my dear, wouldn't you like to have a ring on the bell?
What happened?
Said and done.
I'd love to. And Henry, too, I'm sure.
Oh
Right, Henry. Stop that nonsense, Godwin. Are you out of your mind? What will people say?
They can say what they like. What do I care? What do they do to me?
Oh, my God,
Watch the
he's
step,
drunk.
my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're...
Oh, I'm in a... Oh, wait. I guess... Well, okay. I don't know. Lord of mercy. What's about to happen?
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
Oh.
They are so drunk.
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Oh, my God. All right. Well, we had to cut a lot of that out. My goodness gracious. Oh my god, oh boy. Hey, can we talk to you? Alright, so we've made... What is this? Let's see, find out more about this guy. Alright, so we need to... What are we doing here? Drunk. Oh my goodness. Alright, here we go.
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Oh my god. Oh. Wow. That's funny.
Godwin, you beast! Get up! Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards!
Oh, fucking hell.
Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's
What?
some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Uh-oh.
Oh, step on my head. My guts. Oh, my poor suffering stomach. Oh, what was that woman on about?
I'm guessing it's Sunday
Before
today?
my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Oh. Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me. I'd like to help you, but you can. You can do the sermon for me.
What?
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Ratzig's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh.
Oh.
How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, let's do this. Alright, but I can't guarantee the results.
Well, alright. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
Yeah, really.
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the sermon I told you yesterday in the tavern, and that's that. No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Lubosh.
Christ almighty.
Yep.
Fine then.
Let's do it.
We have a deal.
Wonderful. Let's get to it then.
Alright, here we go. Uh-oh. Apparently I've lost respecters. Oh my.
I thought he'd never show up. The swim.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God. Any minute now he'll throw up.
nervous. I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem.
My good friend.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Oh my god. Oh no, don't make it where I have to. Oh, I do have. Okay, let's see. Let's do it this way.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
That boy has a cheek.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
Oh no. What am I supposed to do?
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, humans, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame. Shame upon them.
Talk about the sin.
And what sins? They live with harlots
probably
and
not right.
concubines?
Oh no.
Even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan?
Oh my god.
And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church? Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates! Away with them!
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
Try some quotes to conclude.
I say to you, in the words of Jan Hus, he who knows much, let him speak much. He who knows little, let him speak little. Let each speak as much as he knows. And he who knows nothing, let him at least teach his neighbour one virtuous deed by setting him good example and refraining from playing dice and from fornication. And that applies both to priests and to you, brothers and sisters.
That's his conclusion?
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
Okay. What the... I hope... I hope...
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver tongue.
I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague. He told it nicely.
I guess that worked out, guys. Oh my God.
Well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? We'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubos tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you...
Well, now Lubos came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked.
Mm-hmm.
He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first they were just to steal some horses.
Mm-hmm.
But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Okay.
Fell out?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubos kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubos killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko, Pius, Timmy.
Pius. That lot are about as pious as I am ordained.
Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest.
Yeah.
And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on.
Yeah.
Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow, good luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
Oh my God, that's funny. That's funny. Oh my God, that's funny. Jesus. All right. Oh man, this has been a long one, guys. Wow, that was absolute. Okay, so we have to now track down the Ricky. So that's what we're doing right now. But that's gonna do it for this episode, guys. Wow, this is a long one. We had to cut a lot of stuff out. We did have to do a lot of edits on this one just for the fact that there are things that can't be shown or done or said or all that kind of fun stuff for YouTube. So, yeah. Anyways, remember, if you do enjoy the content, please leave a like, comment down below. And hey, don't be a toe jelly. Subscribe to be my friend. And until then, I will catch you on the flip side.